Hello everyone and welcome back to the Downsized Dream Cars YouTube channel. Today I'm very excited to review this amazing model that I have just added to my collection, and I'm sorry if I sound very chipper and very excited today, but I am really excited because this might just be the highest quality model that I have added to my collection up until now, and it's honestly astonishing. So I guess the next thing we should do is to get into the review, right? So let's get this off. Oh, what do we have here? We have a McLaren, and it is made by LCD Models. You can see it right there. Okay, so I'm really excited about this model because it's my first LCD model in my collection, and it is by no means a new model. It has been released in 2019, I think, but I got it from my supplier, from my dealer, and he was actually cleaning out his own personal collection, so this is part of it. And as soon as I saw the ad, I swooped in, I got this, and well, here we are. Where I live, LCD models are incredibly rare. It's like finding a diamond in a stack of hay, which is pretty much impossible, right? So yeah, I had to get this. But yeah, I guess uh, let's live this review up to the hype, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we're talking about, exactly what kind of McLaren we have here. Here it is. It's a 600LT. Oh man, in the beautiful orange, because obviously it's a McLaren and the color orange is synonymous with McLaren. So, maybe if it wasn't orange, I would have been a bit on the fence about it, but as soon as I saw the ad, I had to get it. So yeah, okay. We have a McLaren 600LT from LCD. It's 1/64 scale model. Um, we've got a license here. It's actually a licensed product from McLaren. Amazing, love it. Orange, McLaren 600LT, and it's a display model. So yeah, you've got a very beautiful illustration of the car right here. And on this other side, you've got another illustration of the car, which might be a flipped image. I'm not actually sure, but it looks awesome. But yeah, let's get it out of the box, because that's what we do here. We review models, right? So luckily, my dealer has has taken very much care of this model, and it's actually it's in brand new pristine condition. I'm really excited, so I'm sorry if I'm stuttering and babbling, but yeah, this is a first in my collection. It's got an acrylic case, a plastic base, it's held in by a screw, and it honestly looks amazing. But let's get this off. Ooh, there you go. Oh, just look at that. So you've got the metal plaque right there. It's actually a an etched piece of metal which says McLaren 600LT. Very cool. I love this kind of stuff. And it's actually sitting in a recess, so it's flush with the base. And this is just awesome. So I guess we just have to start with the front, right? Let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. So what do we have here? We have lots and lots of carbon fiber everywhere, but we'll get to all that. In the front, we've got this very awesome front fascia that is split between orange paint and carbon fiber. It looks very aggressive with some vents here, which I presume go to the brakes of the car. We've got lensed headlights with no printing on the lens, so everything you see is actually behind the plastic lens. Looks awesome. And we've got a little McLaren badge right there. Let's see if it's actually legible. I've got my trusty old magnifying glass right here. So let's see if we can take a closer look at it. Hopefully we can, but I'm not too sure entirely. Hold on, let me focus on that. Whoa, I had it for a second there. Come on. Well, it's actually so tiny that it might actually be legible. No, I think it's actually legible. McLaren. Yeah, with the logo. Wow, this is actually kind of insane. You know, you've got a badge so small, but once you put it under the magnifying glass, you can actually read it. That's kind of insane, actually. Moving on to the side, you've got, well, more carbon fiber bits and these amazing black wheels with the McLaren logo in the middle. You've got carbon fiber side skirts, this awesome air intake that goes right here into the rear quarter panel of the car. This piece right here is actually separate from this, so it's like floating. You know, it passes air through there, just like the real car, which, man, talk about attention to detail. That is amazing. Carbon fiber mirrors, of course. You've got some drilled and slotted brake discs with red calipers, gloss black rims with very nicely threaded tires. They're actually really nice. They're not too knobby, like you can see the threads, but they're not too big, like, you know, it's a tractor, I guess. No, it looks very nice, and they're nicely deep. They have a very nice deep effect on the rear, just like the real car. I will bring some reference photos in a bit and compare this to them. On the roof, well, the whole roof of the car is carbon fiber, and look at that carbon fiber weave. Oh my goodness, that is insane. Wow, I'm just stunned. I have not seen such good carbon fiber ever on a 1/64 scale model. And it's not a decal, it's actually, you know, painted and clear coated over it. So this is insane, absolutely nuts. In the rear, this rear end just is amazing. What do we have in the rear? Well, we have a very large diffuser right there. You've got a 600LT license plate. You've got a very small detail, which this is the reverse light for the car. It shines when you put it in reverse, and it's so tiny. You've got these reflectors here and here. The taillights in the taillights actually represent the McLaren logo, same as the headlights, kind of. Yeah, no, not kind of, completely sure about that. So yeah, you've got a very nice, legible, and kind of big, whoop, I'm sorry about that, a rear badge that says McLaren right there. We should put the magnifying glass on it again. You know, usually I don't go this extreme with magnifying glass, But this being such an amazing high quality model, how could you not? Really? There it is, McLaren. Let's see if we can get it right here. Oh yeah, there is McLaren. Man, insane. Okay, what do we have? We have a lifted rear spoiler, carbon fiber of course. Normally this would only lift while you were driving the car at over 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour. I'm not exactly sure, but I love that it's actually lifted. It just looks amazing. Look at that carbon fiber. And which is okay, the very cool factor about this car, these right here, these two, these are actually the exhausts. So normally you would find exhausts like right here, maybe in the middle right here. No, this car just has it right there. So you could imagine how awesome it looks when it spits flames out of there, because it's like, look at that, it's actually crazy. You've got a very nice mesh, metallic mesh right here that covers that part. Right there would be the engine. And yeah, you've got these very nice carbon fiber canards that are actually passing air to the tire. So that's very, very nice. Did I mention that this is a die-cast model and it's not actually resin? That's kind of crazy, because getting this kind of detail on die-cast is unheard of. Hence why it's an LCD model. And yeah, moving on to this side, we've got a gas door, gas filler door, whatever. Looks very nice. The wheels with the brakes and calipers. That's pretty much just like the other side, but here is a very, very cool thing. Okay, magnifying glass again, because I mentioned in a previous video that I am a very big sucker for tiny little badges. And well, this car provides. Um, there you go. Right there it says 600LT, and that's awesome. It also says it on the real car there, so that is just amazing. Just just crazy. Complete and utter craziness. There you go. Oh my god, that is so cool. Oh my god. And it's so tiny. You know, that's the crazy thing. It's so tiny. These vents on the side actually are kind of blocked off from what I see, which is a bit of a shame, but I mean, this car provides so much great detail. So that's not that big of a deal. Again, that piece is separate. It passes air. Got the carbon fiber mirror, and then we are back at the front. But this time around we're gonna look at the windshield, which is very clear plastic. It's got some molded in windshield wipers, which, check this out, it's got one very long and large wiper there and a very short one. So I guess, you know, it would wipe the whole windshield completely. That's awesome right there. And okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. As you can probably see, the clarity of this glass is insane. Like, just look at that. That is very nice, and it does not distort. At least the windshield does not distort, because check this interior out. LCD model somehow managed to replicate the Alcantara finish on the dashboard, on the seats, on the steering wheel, on the freaking center console even. That all right there looks fuzzy. It's not like your usual, you know, plastic dashboard where it's black and it's shiny. No, this actually looks like it's Alcantara leather. And thanks to the clarity of the windshield, you can see a lot of details inside of there. The carbon fiber back bucket seats with the padding. You can even see the buckles for the seat belt right there with the red. The steering wheel, of course, has uh, the red center line at the top, which looks just crazy cool. Looking from the side, I think if the light hit it just right, you can actually see the logo of the McLaren in the center of the steering wheel. Moving on to this side, you can see the center console, which has a screen there, two air vents right there. What else do we see in there? I can precisely see a handbrake, and this car has no shifter because, well, it's got a paddle shift gearbox, which you can actually see the paddles right there behind the steering wheel. They're very tiny. There you go. You can see them on either side. Wow, that is insane. And also, let's not forget about the rear window. It also has a rear window. And what do we see through the rear window? We see the rear view mirror, which is right there in the center of the windshield right there, but on the inside. This is insane. Now, okay, you see how high the quality of this amazing model is, right? Well, what if I told you that for the price that I have paid for this LCD model, which is so amazingly rare, you could buy, say, just one Inno 64. That's right, I got this LCD model for the price of an Inno 64 model, which is insane. It's unheard of, especially here where I live, where these models are just incredibly rare. This is the first LCD model that I have ever came across the internet locally for sale in the whole country. So, as far as I know, I might be wrong about this, but I don't know. I might just be the only person to have an LCD model in a 200-kilometer radius, which is it's actually insane to think about, and I love this model. My goodness. I don't usually collect a I don't usually collect exotic cars, but when it's an LCD, you can't pass it up. I mean, just look at this thing. It's like the real thing. And talking about the real thing, we should get to the reference images because, well, that actually matters quite a lot, doesn't it? So, I got my phone here. Sorry for the voice crack. Got my phone here with some very nice reference images. And I'm gonna show you how these compare, well, how the model compares to them. You can see it's very similar. I mean, just look at that. That looks pretty crazy actually. Wow. It's such a beautiful car. It's like, it's so beautiful, but it's so aggressive looking. It's actually insane, you know? A bit of a nicer angle right there, you know? We've got the side profile right there. You can actually see the real car has the 600LT badge right there. This one, however, has black calipers. And whoops, my bad. no, in all of these pictures, well, this one right here has orange, but mine has red calipers. So I guess that's an option that you can pick when you buy the car from the dealer. Um, or I don't, yeah, those look actually more orange or red. I'm on the fence about the color of these calipers. They look red to me, but also orange now that I look at them. Man, who knows, I might be going blind. But yeah, you've got the side profile as I said. You've got the rear end of the car, which, just take a look at this. Oh my god, that looks awesome. It looks one to one. Just look at that. Wow. Oh, yeah. And a bit of a nicer angle of the rear, right? You've got these canards here and all the exposed carbon fiber. Man, this just looks insane. Well, to be honest, this is like what, a 3,400,000 pound car, like British pounds, or like, you know, American dollars. It's it's a hypercar, and well, I guess I should tell you what this right here means. Um, so 600 refers to the 600 horsepower engine, which is a V8 twin turbo V8, which is I think a 3.1 liter um, twin turbo V8 that produces 600 horsepower and 620 newton meters of torque, which is quite a lot. And the LT stands for long tail, because this is like an homage to the long tail McLarens that raced in the 90s and the 2000s. Um, yeah, the most well-known McLaren is actually the McLaren F1, and that had a variant when it raced in Le Mans, where it was a long tail because the rear of the car was extended and, you know, to accommodate better our aerodynamics and to add downforce for more speed and cornering ability. So yeah, a bit of a history lesson there for you. This is awesome. I could not have been happier with this model. Just, you know, it's breathtaking. Having this model is amazing, and keeping it on my desk, it's like eye candy. And man, I'm addicted to this kind of eye candy, hence why I collect everything you kind of see in the background right there, you know. But yeah, I guess this would do it for the video. I've been rambling on for quite a while now, for 23.5 minutes, so I guess I should wrap it up. This model, I got it for, well, to be like 100% accurate, I got this model for $24, 24 euros, which is a very, very cheap price. Very cheap, considering the fact that these Inno64 models are selling for $30 right now, which is way more expensive than they used to be. So yeah, I actually got this amazing high quality model, the highest quality model in my collection, for like cheap, just because it was secondhand and the dealer that I buy from was selling it. So just amazing, you know. Sometimes you're lucky in life, sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes you are. So yeah, I guess this should wrap it up. Thank you a lot for watching this video, and if you got to the end, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, subscribe for new videos, and check this Instagram page out, because this is where I upload my photography of my tiny little model cars on dioramas, and I think they look cool. I think I kind of make them look realistic, so yeah. If you've got Instagram, check it out. Follow me, like the posts, do whatever you want, but thank you for tuning in for this review, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Well, okay, well, I'm using like a wireless thing to start and stop the video. This battery, I think, the battery in this thing died, so I'm gonna have to fiddle around until I stop it. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.